After 25 years of absence, the Fatal Fury franchise is coming back with a bang. Thanks to the latest trailers and previews, we finally have more information about SNK's highly anticipated game, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. In this video, I'm going to recap everything we learned over the past couple of days, and boy is it a lot. So let's get to it. Graphics. While we already had an idea how Fatal Fury City of the Wolves would look like thanks to the EVO 2023 teaser, the new trailer and gameplay videos gave us a better look at the art style that SNK is going for. Unlike Street Fighter 6, which had a more realistic art direction, SNK decided to stay with a stylized animated look and one that looks amazing. The colorful palette and heavy ink edges make City of the Wolves stand out among the crowded competition. While many are comparing the art style to comic books, to me City of the Wolves look exactly like how artwork from legendary SNK artist Tonko would look like if animated. Tonko is known for his amazing Mark of the Wolves designs and artwork. The roster. The Fatal Fury franchise is full of colorful and memorable characters. Thanks to the previous teasers and trailers, we now know the identity of 14 characters that will be part of the launch roster. First are the ones we saw in playable form in these new previews, and those are Terry Bogard, Rock Howard, Hotaru Futaba, T-Zok, and Preacha. Besides these fighters, the first ever teaser of the game confirmed that both Billy Khan and Kane are also part of the game. The second teaser confirmed that along Terry Bogard, both Andy and Joe Higashi are also making a comeback. The game's EVO 2023 teaser gave us voice lines for other characters confirming their presence. These are Mai Shiranui, Hokutomaru, Marco Rodriguez, Gato, and B. Janet. With 14 characters already confirmed this far from launch, one can only guess that the launch roster of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is going to be big. Alright, now let's explain the new and expensive gameplay system. But before we do that, consider leaving a like. Leaving a like not only helps this video, but also the channel. It is more important than a direct donation, so please consider leaving a like right now and subscribe if you have not done so. Gameplay. Returning from Mark of the Wolves is the TOP system, now renamed SPG, which stands for Selective Potential Gear. After players choose their characters, they are given the option to choose the placement of the SPG range, whether it's at the start of the life meter, middle, or end. The placement choice will correspond to the player's intended strategy. When the life meter is in the SPG range, players gain a number of advantages such as a slight life regeneration, higher damage, and access to the Rev Blow attack, which we will explain in a bit. The TOP system is not the only thing that makes a return to City of the Wolves. The Just Defend mechanic is also back. Tapping backwards at the exact moment your opponent hits you will result in a Just Defense, similar to a parry, giving the player the advantage when counter-attacking. City of the Wolves even goes further and introduces the Hyper Defense. Hyper Defense is triggered by pressing forward right after blocking an attack. This new mechanic allows you to defend against a string of hits, which is very useful if you know your enemy is going for a combo. Now that we mentioned combos, City of the Wolves brings back the Dial-A-Combo mechanic, which was part of the Fatal Fury Real Bout series. Each character has a series of combos that are triggered by hitting specific buttons in the right order. This mechanic that was the staple of the Real Bout series was removed in Mark of the Wolves, but I am very happy to see it return. Feint moves, another staple of the series, are also making a comeback. A feint move which looks like the start of a special move is used to trick the opponent in blocking or countering a fake move, making them open for attacks. Breaks are also here. This skill allows the player to break and stop a move in the middle, potentially cancelling it into another. While in Mark of the Wolves, each character had only one special move that was breakable, in City of the Wolves, each playable character will have 2 breakable special moves. At the heart of the Fatal Fury City of the Wolves gameplay is the brand new Rev system. The Rev system, which has a main gauge located on top of the super meter, allows the player to perform a number of offensive and defensive attacks. First, we have the Rev Arts, which are basically your typical EX moves from other fighting games. These are powered up versions of your character's special moves, done by pressing 2 buttons instead of 1. We also have the Rev Guard. This type of block puts a distance between you and your opponent, making it difficult for them to pressure you. Next, we have the Rev Axle, which is the ability to cancel a number of Rev Arts or EX moves into each other, resulting in flashy and damaging combos. Lastly, we have the Rev Blow, which can only be used when your character's life is in the SPG range. Rev Blows, taking inspiration from the TOP attacks from Mark of the Wolves, is a special attack that takes priority over most incoming attacks, absorbing one hit. It basically cancels out the incoming blow and delivering a powerful attack. Think of the Drive Impact for Street Fighter 6 or the infamous Focus attack from Street Fighter 4. The Rev Blow attack can also be used as a combo finisher on its own and can be done mid-air. As previously stated, using any of these moves increases your rev meter, which once it's full will put the player into an overheating state. When in overheat, the player is unable to use any of the rev moves. In order to get out of the overheat state, players will either have to wait for the cooldown period or go on the offensive, as hitting the opponent, just defending or dashing towards them hastens the recovery of the rev bar. Constant blocking also fills your rev bar and can put the character in the overheat state. This makes the game rewarding to the attacking player and makes defensive play not a good option. Speaking of blocking, when you are in the overheat state, your guard meter will deplete with each block. Once empty, blocking an attack will result in a guard crush, allowing the opponent to connect his attacks. While many would compare the overheat state with the Street Fighter burnout state, it is important to note that unlike Street Fighter 6, the overheat system is not a massive handicap as the burnout in Street Fighter 6. City of the Wolves will not be a Fatal Fury game without some awesome super moves. This time, players have access to 3 distinct types of super moves. The first level, known as the Ignition Gear, activates when a single bar at the screen bottom fills up, indicated by a star atop of the bar. This would be your level 1 super. Filling both bars enables the player to upgrade their Ignition Gear into a more powerful level 2 version called the Redline Gear, delivering extra hits and damage. But in true Fatal Fury fashion, and like many previous games of the series, City of the Wolves also has a third and hidden super called the Hidden Gear. And by hidden, I mean that you cannot find it in the moves list within the game and is quite unusual to do. One of the conditions of the Hidden Gear is for the character's life to be in the SPG range. The motions for this hidden super are also unusual. For example, Tizot's hidden super is at 3 times 360 motion and then pressing a button, while Hotaru's is 2 quarter circle forwards and half circle back before pressing a button. But one thing is clear, the Rev system is without a doubt an exciting addition to Fatal Fury. Control systems. Like most modern fighting games, City of the Wolves will offer players 2 control options: Classic Arcade and Smart Style. Classic Arcade is your typical arcade control system with the 4 Neo Geo button layout: A, B, C, and D. Special attacks require special motions, just like any classic fighting game. Smart Style is SNK's answer to Capcom's modern controls, allowing players to do special moves with the press of a direction and a button. While both control systems can do the same damage, the Smart Style is a bit limited when doing combos, as you only have access to specific ones. Story. Many might not realize it, but the Fatal Fury series is home to a very intricate and rich lore. Not much is known about the story of the new game at this point, with the exception that City of the Wolves takes place 2 years after the events of Mark of the Wolves, and that fighters, both old and new, will gather and to participate in a new King of Fighters tournament. According to the game director, the story of many characters will intertwine, like the one of Rock and his mother, with that of Hotaru and her missing brother. The new character of Preacha happens to be Joe Higashi's star pupil, who also is a scientist trying to understand how some people can control and manifest ki. Stages. One of the highlights for me when watching the new trailers and gameplay videos are the stages. The two stages we have seen so far are the Bar Street Smarts and the Dream Amusement Park. Both of them remakes of old SNK stages that look gorgeous thanks to the new engine. The Street Smarts Bar, which is a remake of Art of Fighting 1 stage, is full of spectators and cameos. Fan favorite King and Art of Fighting 1 character Jack are both seen in this remake of a stage, spectating the fight. As for the Dream Amusement Park, it happens to be a direct remake of Raiden's stage from the first ever Fatal Fury game. If this is any indication, I hope that we get to see more classic stages remade. Release date. As it stands, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves will be released in early 2025. No words yet on platforms, but one can guess from SNK's previous releases that Fatal Fury City of the Wolves should be available on all modern platforms and PC. The game will be playable at EVO Japan, and we are guessing EVO USA as well. Another cool feature of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is that it is the first SNK modern game to offer both Japanese and English voices. Player has the option to choose between the two. While unrelated to the gameplay, I think this is a great idea that SNK is doing it.
I will win this match for my fans!
If you are new to the Fatal Fury series, then I suggest you check the complete history of Fatal Fury, a 2 hours and plus documentary that I created, which chronicles the entire history of this franchise from the first game in 1991 up to this game, City of the Wolves. Link is in the description to watch it. So what do you think about Fatal Fury City of the Wolves? Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Big shout out to the channel's patrons and premium subscribers for helping the channel and making this content possible. Remember that you can become one and get early and exclusive access. Link in the description below for Patreon, or you can become a premium subscriber by pressing the join button below this video. Until next time, thank you guys for watching.